queen. She's a straight shooter, if you know what I mean. Dishing out the truth about the royal scene, with a fist of fire and a voice so keen. Hitting hard with those altar bridge vibes, no sugarcoating, no false alibis. Tearing down the lies she despises. Yorkshire lass with fire in her eyes. Stef don't play, she holds the line, shouting from the rooftops across the digital vine. Harry and Meghan under her sign, fearless and bold with a soul that shines. See a fake, she's a beacon bright, unraveling the drama without a fright. Armored with honesty, ready to fight. Injustice quivers at her sight. Unbreakable will won't be confined. Mind of steel and heart redefined. Rhetoric sharp, leaving dust behind. In Stef's world, truth is intertwined. Stef don't play, she holds the line, shouting from the rooftops across the digital vine. Harry and Meghan under her sign, fearless and bold with a soul that shines. Will won't be confined. Mind of steel and heart redefined. Rhetoric sharp, leaving dust behind. In Stef's world, truth is intertwined. Stef don't play, she holds the line, shouting from the rooftops across the digital vine. Harry and Meghan under her sign, fearless and bold with a soul that shines.
Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef the Alternate, your nerdy alternative, and I'm back for like a day, and then I'm off out of the country again on Sunday. Thank you so much to everyone that's bared with me for the last week or so. For those that are watching on the replay, fast forward like 5-10 minutes and I will have started the main topic for today's live stream, which is Meghan Markle's Time 100 Summit exposed, the lies, hazards, humiliation, and more. Everything that you missed, I'm going to go through every little bit of it. Oh my goodness, the obsessions, merching things that essentially she doesn't have anything to merch. Like, seriously, what the hell is going on with this lass? So we're going to go through it all shortly, but yeah, as I was saying, I just want to say a big, massive thank you to everyone that's bared with me the last week or so, whilst I've had to attend for family stuff, essentially. Thank you as well to everyone that sent good vibes, kind wishes, compassion, prayers, if you believe in that, my way and my granddad's way last week, whilst he was in hospital. Came back from Italy on Wednesday, and on Easter Sunday, yeah, my granddad decided, you know what, good time to go into hospital. Yeah, I won't go into too much detail, but yeah, he had to undergo emergency surgery, and yeah, it was 60-40. The doctors did not want to do the surgery because of his age and all the other problems that he's got. But yeah, they had no choice, evidently. And so he had to go in, and it was one of the worst 4-5 hours of my life, waiting with my family, literally outside the operating theatre for the news, to, what was going on, and, eventually, the end of it and all that lot. But yeah, he pulled through. By all accounts, from what the doctors said, it was extremely difficult. They This is why I say my granddad is like the strongest person I know on earth, right? Because they had to revive him twice on the table, and he came back. So yeah, he is literally the strongest person I know in the world. And I was able to see him as they were wheeling him out after the operation to get him straight into intensive care unit. On Tuesday, the day before I left Italy, I was able to visit him again, and he was much more alert. He still had like tubes and all that, but he was much more alert. He was able to talk a little bit. And yeah, he's doing better each day. I got an update today from my mum. Yeah, he's again doing much better, talking more, being more alert. Some of the tubes are out of him now, so that's good news. And so, yeah, we take it day by day. And yeah, hopefully any day now, I'm going to get the good news that he is out of hospital and back home. So, yeah, thank you so much to everyone. Again, like I said, for all your compassion, your kind words, your good vibes, your prayers, if you believe in that, that you sent over on Sunday. You guys really gave me a lot of comfort, whilst, everything was going on. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. The internet can be a wonderful place. And, that moment definitely reminded me of that. So again, thank you so much. With that being said, just to give you guys another update on what's going on with this channel. So, I mean, I booked this ages ago, to be fair, so it's just the timing is a little bit rubbish, I suppose, for you guys in this sense. But this Sunday, I'm out of the country again, but on a proper holiday, which I really do need at this point. The last week or so has been absolutely mentally draining with everything that's been going on with my family. And so this Sunday, I will be out of the country, and so I will be back next Sunday. So for the following week, you're still going to get, the videos, updates on the misadventures of the gruesome twosome. So just like you guys did whilst I was away having to take care of family matters last week, please, if you guys can, support the pre-recorded videos that I'm doing for all of next week. It does mean that there won't be any live streams after today until 2 weeks' time, actually. So yeah, just to give you guys a little bit of a further update on that. In terms of the second channel, Political Nerds, that has been a little bit dormant the past week, admittedly, because of the family situation, as you can appreciate. But I will be getting that back on track, and you'll be getting a lot of Political Nerd videos from next week. So again, thank you so much for bearing with me when it comes to my second channel as well. With that being said, hey up guys, how y'all doing? Let's crack on with today's live stream. So for today, Friday the 25th of April 2025, what have I got for you guys today? Well, this is a Daily Nerd special because this hour is dedicated essentially to one thing and one thing only: Megsy's Time 100 Summit appearance. I'm exposing it. We're going to go through absolutely everything that you guys may have missed. The lies, Hazard's humiliation, Megsy's humiliation, and so much more. So coming up, first and foremost, in the next couple of minutes, we're going to get into all of that. And then, guys, the bonus Hazard and Megsy is still on deck. If you want to unlock the bonus Hazard and Megsy story, then we need a total of 10 super chats before the hour is up. We're already on 2 already, so thank you so much first and foremost to King Bob for the $2 sugar bucks, saying hearts for your granddad, you and the rest of your fam. Oh, thank you so much, King Bob. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also as well, thank you so much to Lisa Boo for your $2 sugar bucks, saying love this community and hit that like button. I love this community too, and if you guys appreciate this community, yeah, definitely hit that like button. It's completely free, and it helps our community grow, because the more you guys like the videos and like the live streams, the more that YouTube pushes this channel out and pushes the content out for more people to join our alternate tribe. So it's very, very easy. If you want to help get this community growing even further, hit that like button. Very simple and very, very easy, and very, very free, may I add as well. But yeah, guys, wow. 3, we're already on super chat number 3. Catherine, thank you so much for the $2 sugar bucks, saying sending you a virtual hug from across the pond. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Big, big thanks to you, Catherine. Thank you. So that means, guys, that we're already on 3 super chats towards the goal. So we've only got 7 left. Who's going to help us hopefully unlock today's bonus Megsy and Hazard story? Guys, we may soon find out. We may soon find out. And finally, before we jump into the special, the main full topic for today's live stream, if you guys didn't know already, yes, I do have a second channel. I briefly mentioned it earlier on. It is called Political Nerds. I have a degree in international relations and security studies. So politics is basically my academic wheelhouse. So if you want to see me, hear me discuss politics, rant and rave, do a little bit of amateur linguistic analysis amongst other things, then head on over to my second channel and yeah, support the expansion of the Altiverse. Subscribe to Political Nerds today. For those watching live, it's pinned right at the top of the live chat. And for those that are watching on the replay, the link is in the description bar below. Thank you so much to everyone that's already supported Political Nerds over on my second channel. I appreciate all your faces. New content will be coming next week, and I'm really looking forward to getting back into it. There's so much to rant and rave about. It is unreal. With that being said, you guys, let's jump in to the main topic for today's Daily Nerd Live. Meghan Markle's Time 100 Summit exposed, the lies, Hazard's humiliation, and so much more. It is unreal. Whilst I'm going through this, anyone that sends super chat sticker, member only chat, kicks off today's gifting wars or joins as a leader, I will get to you guys as and when I can. But yeah, let's jump into it right now with Exhibit A. One thing that you guys may have missed when it comes to Megsy's Time 100 Summit appearance is her obsession with Princess Catherine is clear to see. Oh my goodness. So let's start off with Prince Louis and his birthday portrait that was released, okay? And so here he's looking so cute. Oh my goodness, like they grow up so fast. It is unreal, don't you think, guys? And it's like, oh, look at the teeth all missing and everything. It's just so innocent and so cute and so real. Like, I appreciate that. It's not faked, not being photoshopped or anything like that, from what I can see anyway. Okay, all right? But it just looks so cute, right? But, Megxie could not resist. She couldn't resist, could she? She is obsessed with Princess Catherine. Get a load of what she had to say here.
I think as a working mom, and again, these are 3 projects that we're all launching really at the same time. So behind the scenes for the past year and a half have been incredibly busy and ambitious, but to see it all come to life and try to give yourself the space and the grace to make mistakes, to know that you're not going to get it right every day, and at the same time to prioritize what we're going to put out as our next tranche of SKUs as equally important to me as Archie losing his first tooth this week, which is about to happen, and I just hope we're back home in time for it.
At the same time that Princess Catherine and Prince William release a picture for Prince Louis's birthday where his front teeth are adorably missing, right? Megxie had to turn round and be like, oh, Archie, I hope I get home in time for Archie losing his first teeth, this, that, and the other. Megxie, we see you. We see your obsession with Princess Catherine. And so here we've got at Tribes Britannia, fan of the Prince and Princess of Wales, turning around and saying, oh, look, Meghan Markle saw the photo for Prince Louis's birthday with his 2 front baby teeth missing. Every single time she has to copy and mimic the Princess of Wales, it's actually psychotic. And it is. Like, it is totally psychotic. It is unreal. At the same time that Prince Louis's official birthday portrait for this year is released, showing adorably that his front teeth are missing, Megxie had to turn round during the Time 100 summit and be like, I hope I get home in time because Archie's about to lose his first teeth. The obsession with Princess Catherine is real. And yes, I do believe it is now bordering on the psychotic. And we'll get to further why I think that in a moment. But here we've got Marsha, the Duchess of Mallow, at Marsha Gree 14514. And I just thought this was a really, really funny meme taking the absolute piss out of Megxie and what she said about Archie, right? Saying, Archie, my darling boy, Mummy's home. Come see what I brought you from New York. Now, I don't know why I just put on that accent, but I'm going to work with it, and there we go. Megxie obviously does not sound like that at all, but I tried to sound like a pompous prat. Did it work? You guys let me know. But it's like she's there in her dentist gear with the things to pull out the teeth and everything. When I saw this meme, I burst out laughing and I just had to share that with you. But the thing is, the obsession with Princess Catherine, as far as a lot of us are concerned, is real. And it's not just the teeth situation, right, from this Time 100 summer that to me proves that Megxie is now bordering on the psychotic when it comes to her and Princess Catherine. But guys, it's the clothes as well that she wore. So let's get on to Exhibit B. So here we've got Jessica Sibley saying that she was the one that interviewed Megxie at the Time 100 Summit in NYC today. Notice that she says Meghan Markle rather than Meghan Sussex, right? I don't think Megxie will be too happy about that. Like I give a shiz, do you? Anywho, this is what she wore. Okay? Whatever. Like, a lot of people criticize what she wears. I'm like, do you know what? She doesn't know the existence of a tailor. She doesn't know the existence of an iron, or what do you guys call it in America? A presser or whatever, right? Something that basically takes the creases out of your clothes. I know you American alternates call it something different. I think it's a presser. I think. Let me know. But anywho, whatever she's going to wear right. However, the eagle-eyed among us, Lean Meme Machine at Meghan Narcisse 1. Make sure you're following them on Twitter because, to me, they share the best memes when it comes to Megsy, right? Oh my goodness. The obsession with Princess Catherine continues, right, with this Time 100 summer appearance to the point where, yes, I do believe it is totally bordering on the psychotic. Why? Look. She's copying Princess Catherine with what she's wearing. This is scary. Princess Catherine on the left, Megsy on the right. Princess Catherine is basically the equivalent of Harrods. Megsy, the equivalent of freaking Walmart. It's like, on the left, you have Princess Catherine showing you how it's done. On the right, you have Megsy showing you how not to do it. This is scary as hell. But let's get on to Exhibit C. Because as far as I'm concerned, in this clip right here, Megsy has lied about why celebrities rejected her invitation to appear on her show, okay? Let's play this right now.
And I said, how are we going to do a cooking show or a crafting show that doesn't feel like a typical stand and stir, which we all remember from back in the days. We stand, look at Cameron, you're stirring something. I didn't necessarily want to do that. And I didn't want a reality show. And so the only way to feel as though you were still in conversation with me, I felt, was I had to be talking to the people in the room with me. And that was the crew. And, you know, on Suits, we had a crew of over 200 people. So, and on this show, it's a crew of 80 people, which also, when people said, why didn't you do it in your house? It's like, well, my kids are coming home for their nap, and 80 people in the kitchen isn't really the childhood memory I would love for them to have. When I said, how are...
Seriously? Seriously? That's Megsy's excuse about why celebrities rejected her invitation to appear on a show? She didn't invite them in the first place because she wanted it to be a little bit different, this, that, and the other. BS. If that's the case, then, to be fair, she shouldn't have had anyone on her show at all. Not Mindy Kaling. Not her makeup artist. Not her friends. No one. She wouldn't have had anyone on the show then at that point. If what she's saying here is true, then why does she have anyone on the show to begin with at all? No, this is Megsy trying to save face. Trying to explain away why there weren't as many celebrities, let's say, on the show. No, let's be real here. Megsy, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, reached out to anyone and everyone trying to get them on the show. There were contacts through WME and whatever, right? And every single one of them, the majority of them, will have turned around, as far as I'm concerned, and told her to piss off. Because guess what? None of them came on the show, guys. You think Megsy does this show and doesn't try and invite any celebrities on there? Come on. Get bent. Of course she tried to invite celebrities to be on a show. Now, before we continue any further, the big SM is in the house. Hey up, mate. Thank you so much for being part of the leadership for the last 18 months, saying Megsy has achieved 3 of her as ever trademarks through to them being sent out for public examination. And there are the codes for that. Thank you so much, Big SM. I look forward to your next email. Kizzy Arsenu, thank you so much for the $2 sugar bucks, saying have fun on your time off. I will have some very much needed fun and just a mental break from everything, because mentally I am kaput right now. Like, I've gone through the ringer and it's been, it's been an adventure. So Yeah, I definitely need this holiday coming up. That is for certain. So thank you so much, Kizzy. That takes us to 4 super chats. We just need 6 more to unlock the bonus Hazza and Megsy story. And let me give you a little bit of a clue to the bonus Hazza and Megsy story before we continue, okay, guys? Did Megsy just get caught cheating on Prince Hazza? I got some pictures to show you. I got some analysis to give you. This is going to shock you. That bonus story is going to shock you. So if you guys want to unlock it for today's live stream, if you can, all right, then please contribute to today's super chat goal. We're just 6 more super chats away from getting that bonus Hazza and Megsy story unlocked for today's live stream. With that being said, let's get on to the next bit that you guys may have missed from the Time 100 Summit. Megsy basically merching as ever. But for me, what's the point when everything's sold out and so she doesn't have anything to merch that's available to the public? Check this one out.
All things to be talking about for Time 100. Let's talk about flower sprinkles. Because I think it speaks to the tiny moments of joy that are so effortless and just create a little bit of magic that we're all craving in our everyday. They're tiny little flower petals that are dried. I started putting them on salads. I started putting them on scrambled eggs. It didn't actually matter. On a yogurt parfait, the level of charm that you find people have when they see these tiny little dried petals is something I can't fully wrap my head around, but I appreciate that there is a love for the detail and the small level of delight that can be added. So take flower sprinkles really as an analogy and think about what you could do in your everyday life that can just have a little splash of magic on unexpected moments.
Those damn freaking flower sprinkles had to make a bloody appearance on this thing. Why? Why? Why try and merch as ever products when it's sold out? Why? Why merch something that's not available to the public right now when everything is sold out? What's the freaking point? What's the point? Why is she riding these flowers so freaking hard? It's like she wants to make these flowers her thing, her trademark, her signature, if you will. And then, moving forward from that, she's trying to make these flowers into something bigger than they really are. They're just freaking flowers on food. That's it. But she's trying to make it into like this big philosophical moment of, don't just think about it as just flowers. Think about it as, elevating your happiness, right? Elevating, putting a little bit of joy back into your life, this, that, and the other. Well, do you know what? I've got a few more ideas that I think is better to put joy back into my life other than getting some freaking dead flowers and sprinkling it all over my food. Now, not to sound too bougie, okay, but truth time, as ever, really, in all honesty. But I've been to the Ivy a couple of times, and there was this one meal that was limited edition for that particular season. And it was this, it was really beautiful, actually. I wish they bring it back. I wish they could bring it back when I can speak English right. It was this lobster dish. It was this lobster that was on top of this, like, bed of watermelon with a really nice, like, similar to a prawn marie sauce all over it, but it wasn't as tangy. And it had little flowers sprinkled on top, amongst other things. So I've had these flower sprinkles, and let me tell you something. It looks nice. It looks nice, but doesn't taste much. It does not emphasize the taste buds at all, really. It's just a nice thing to look at, right? So it's all looks but no substance. Similar to Megxy, right? She has this appearance, right? But there's really no substance. I kind of liken it to that moment in South Park, right towards the end, where Hazard opens up Megxy's head and talks into it, and it all echoes. Like, there's no substance to her at all, right? Just like there's no substance to these damn freaking flowers. I swear. Why is she riding these flowers so freaking hard? She's riding these flowers harder than freaking Prince Hazard. And that's... She really, really is. I can't believe it. This is insane. Now, if you thought that was cringy, guys, oh, no. Thanks to, according to Taz, I've got, as far as I'm concerned, the cringiest moment that happened at the Time 100 Summit that you guys may have missed. So take a look at this nonsense.
You can live this life. You've brought this life to the world.
Wow.
In such a
You brought this life to the world. You've brought this life to the world. Bleh. Bleh. What the frick? Who is this lass?
beautiful way. And, you know, backstage, we were just talking about, we kind of need hope. I like to say fun, but hope. And, you know, you're really focused on that. So
Megxy does not bring the hope. Megxy does not bring the fun. I've watched that damn series from beginning to freaking end. I ain't copying any of that shiz. Bring the fun? Seriously, who's got time to do any of that BS that she was saying that we should do to be the perfect horse, this, that, and the other? I know I don't. What the hell? Yeah, I just saw a comment. Jane, Megxy thinks she's the Messiah. Well, whoever this interview is like, Megxy, you brought the fun and the joy to the world. Nah, she ain't. She ain't.
Well, I think
we appreciate it.
Thank you. I mean, I think
Yeah, apparently we appreciate it. Apparently we appreciate Megxy bringing the fun to the world. Oh my goodness. No amount of ass kissing is going to change the notion that Megxy is one of the most unpopular people in the freaking world. No amount of ass kissing going to change the notion, right, that Megxy is disliked. She's disliked. She's not liked at all, okay? She's not going to happen. We are not going to be kissing her ass, being like, thank you so much for bringing the fun back into the world with us ever. Because of you, Megxy, bringing the fun back into the world and the joy back into the world, you have helped to end the Ukrainian-Russia war. You've been able to bring peace to the Middle East. Thank you so much, Megxy, for introducing As Ever to the world, because As Ever, you are freaking awesome. And you have just achieved for us world peace with your beautiful flower edible, whatever they freaking are. Oh my goodness, Megxy, thank you, thank you. Seriously. She's released a brand that's not popular, that's not universally liked, that has been absolutely trashed, okay? I've seen the reviews that have come out about her products. They've been absolutely trashed every single step of the freaking way. Even the Sussex Squad are turning on her with the products. They're not happy with it at all. I've seen them. I've seen what they've been saying. Come on. Megxy has not introduced joy and wonder to the world. She's introduced strawberry raspberry gloop that no one freaking likes. This was the cringiest moment. that you may have missed from Meg's Time 100 Summit. But let's get on to some of the lies that you guys may have missed from the Time 100 Summit with Megxy. Now, again, this is all opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, okay? But again, thanks to according to Taz, let's just play this little clip right here because Megxy is talking about hair straighteners and college. Here we go.
You can live this life. You've brought this life to the world in such a beautiful way. And backstage we were just talking about we kind of need hope. I like to say fun, but hope.
Okay, I've just replayed that. Never mind. Yeah, let's get on to resting doll face. Apologies. It's as if I've never streamed before. Get your act together, Stef. I'm back, guys. Right. So let's get on to, the lies. So thanks to Resting Dollface here, sharing this on Twitter, Megxy said during the whole Time 100 Summit that flat irons, or as we call them in the UK, hair straighteners, hadn't come out when she was in college, and that was for her between 1999 and 2003. But she says here, was she in college with Kelly and Brenda in 90210? Because the Chi flat iron came out in 1997. Does that sound like someone who's business savvy? Now, when you look at her hair during her college years, it does look like that she did use hair straighteners. It does. Because we all know Megxy's natural hair is not this. It's the American afro that she has naturally. There's nothing wrong with that. In the grand scheme of things, there really isn't. But you go from having that afro to this? Yeah, for me, point blank, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, she was using straighteners whilst in college. And thanks to Resting Dollface, here are the receipts. The Chi ceramic flat iron, the first Chi straightener to use ceramic heat, was created in 1997. Farouk Shami, founder of Chi, developed the tool after observing the benefits of ceramic heat while in Italy. Italy for the win. Woo woo, Forza Italia. But yeah, she can't turn around and say, oh, well, flat irons, hair straighteners weren't around whilst I was in college. Yeah, they were. And when you look at her old college pictures, to me, it does look like she used flat irons. She used hair straighteners. So to me, this is lie number one that she's just being caught out on. Now, before we get to line number 2, thank you so much to the big SM yet again for the £2 sugar bucks, saying share and enjoy the Serious Cybernetics Corp. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Let's get on to lie number 2. She's tried pulling this lie off before and got completely destroyed for it. What made her think that it was the best idea in the whole wide world to try and lie again? About being on freaking social media? So here we've got Princess Carparkle at Unremarkable. Check a load of this BS.
That quote, which you all would have heard, what did he say? Tina Fey said, if you're feeling good about yourself, you don't want to, what did he say verbatim? If you're feeling good about yourself, go online.
Right.
Yeah, just go online. So I don't do that. I've made a very, very conscious effort to create boundaries for myself and for my mental health, for my well-being, and certainly to role model that as well for my children. I'm conscious of not just raising a very strong and confident young woman, but also having a son. I think it's just as paramount of importance for young men to be raised with a confidence and sense of self that is going to empower the women around them too. So I try to model that behavior, but again, it starts with whatever's going on internally. And when I am able to not even just tune out whatever that noise is, to really not give it any credence, that has become so much a part of my day-to-day life. And things will get brought to my attention on a need-to-know basis. Outside of that, I'm kind of late on the boat. That quote.
Yeah. Aside of that, she's kind of laid on the boat. Poor choice of words towards the end. Seeing as there's rumours that she was allegedly a yacht girl back in the freaking day. Oh my goodness. How stupid do you have to be? To A, be like, do you know what? Outside of that, I don't give a shiz because I'm lying on my boat. Do that. You're going to say that whilst there's rumours out there that you're allegedly a yacht girl back in the day. Come on. Come on. Seriously. She can't be that stupid, surely. But oh, no. She is. Because she's like, oh, I'm not on social media at all. No, I don't care about social media. I'm not on social media. I tune out on all that social media. I don't do social media at all. No. Then who the frick is this? Who's the frick is this? Seriously. Oh, yeah. And who the frick is this? But to point blank turn around and be like, I don't care about social media. I'm not on social media. Do that. You care about social media. And you are on freaking social media. She has 2 Instagram accounts. Her as ever official one and the Meghan one. That she's had for years. Like, seriously, her stupidity knows no bounds. Really doesn't. Now, let's get on to the next exhibit that you may have missed during Meg's Time 100 Summit appearance, because she's got Confessions of a Female Founder going on at the moment, and it's all BS, word salad, the usual, right? Even worse than freaking Archetypes, and that's saying something. And of course, because that podcast is going on, the interviewer had to do a little bit of cross-pollination. In other words, had to kind of like do a little bit of cross-promotion, not only discussing her series on Netflix, but her podcast on Lemonada. And Megsy was asked, what's your biggest confession that you want to make on stage right now? Seriously, that's the best question this interviewer could come up with. Anywho, so corny, it's unreal. So Megsy says, I think the confession for you today that I could very comfortably say is I'm the happiest I've ever been. Do you know what? I want her to confess. It might have been a conspiracy theory, whatever. Her days as a yacht girl, allegedly. I want her to confess whether she really knew the existence of the royal family or not, blah, blah, blah. I want her to confess so much more. It is unreal. I want to know if she's the happiest she's ever been. We all know she ain't the happiest that she's ever been. If she was the happiest that she was ever been, right? It would be in a scenario where everyone is kissing her backside, where she's the most popular person in the freaking world, right? Where everyone is kissing her at her feet, and where she's not getting any criticism whatsoever. That would be the happiest that she'll ever be. Right now, she ain't, as far as I'm concerned. Right now, nothing is going her way. So how can she be the happiest that she's ever been at this point? Seriously? I don't believe her, do you? But she says, of all the things that have happened in my life, I never would have imagined that getting here at this point, I feel just so happy and grateful. I really do. Yeah. Well, she might be the happiest she's ever been. Hazza certainly ain't. Thanks to Stephanie Sidley from the Sidley twins on this one, sharing this on Twitter. They're coming out of the car, and look, Megsy's all smiles, being like, look at me, look at me, look at me, me. Hazza, face like a slapped fish. I'm telling you right now, he ain't happy. Does that face from Hazza exude happiness to you? Exude joy to you? Exude all the friendly little mini flowers in the world? Don't to me. Does it to you? So she might be the happiest that she's ever been. He's not. Hazard is not happy whatsoever. And speaking of the flowers, Megxie just cannot stop talking about these freaking flowers. It is insane. Listen to this.
Let's talk about flower sprinkles. But let's, because I think it speaks to the tiny moments of joy that are so effortless and just create a little bit of magic that we're all craving in our everyday. They're tiny little flower petals that are dried. I started putting them on salads. I started putting them on scrambled eggs.
I started putting them on Hazard's blue frosted little mini pee-pee. Well, anything that helps her swallow it down better, do you know what I mean? Oh my goodness, I am extra sassy today. It is unreal. But oh my goodness, she can't stop talking about these sodding freaking flowers. Now, before I get on to the next little bit that's linked to that, MPNG Creed and Menace, thank you so much for the £2 sugar bucks and my favourite. Virgin Doggy Fighting Arts moment. I love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much. Appreciate your face, mate. But yeah. So, Samantha Markle, she actually responded to this particular clip right here that I thought was pretty hilarious. So, I'm just going to share it with you guys. Whatever your thoughts on her, whether you believe her, don't believe her, like her, not like her, I'm just reporting on what she responded to this, okay? Which is, she realised that nobody gives an F, and I presume that's what she's saying, if she sprinkles little flowers or weeds into a yogurt. Because really, are they really flowers? Are they really weeds? Did these flowers really come from Megxie's backyard? I don't think so, do you? But yeah, I just thought that clapback was really, really funny. Now, next up, thanks to TRG The Royal Grift here, she then starts talking about a mental health online, right? As I kind of touched upon earlier on. So here, Megxie opens up about a mental health journey at the 2025 Time 100 Summit, okay? So she's talking about, you know, being online, keeping away from it. You know, the clip that I showed you earlier on about that where I proved, well, hang on a minute, you can say that you're not online all you want, but you've got 2 Instagram accounts. Do that, you're freaking online and you're on social media. Thing is, though, it ain't just Megxie that's talking about her mental health and how to stay healthy online, but also Hazard as well. And so they unveiled, while she was in New York for the Time 100 Summer, this memorial in New York City dedicated to the memory of children whose families believe that harmful material online contributed to their deaths. Now, Prince Hazard told BBC, quote, "We want to make sure that things are changed so that no more kids are lost to social media. Life is better off social media," saying that he was grateful that his children were still too young to be online, saying the easiest thing to say is to keep your kids away from social media. The sad reality is the kids who aren't on social media normally get bullied at school because they can't be a part of the same conversation as everybody else. Well, how about this? The easiest thing to say, to do, for Hazard and Megxie, is to keep the Sussex Squad off of freaking social media. Before Hazard and Megxie talk about all the bullying and all the evilness that social media has, this, that and the other, let's be real, it does happen, okay? They need to sort out their own freaking back garden first. And I'm not talking about Megxie's freaking flowers and the fruit and the veggies that she gets from her fake back garden, this, that and the other. I'm talking about the damn freaking Sussex Squad. It's hypocritical every single freaking time. They talk about stay healthy online. We want to fight against bullying and cyberbullying. We want to stop people unaliving themselves because they're being bullied online, this, that, and the other. Before they even utter a freaking word about that, they need to sort out their own back garden. They need to sort out the Sussex Squad. They need to publicly denounce them. Because as far as I'm concerned, and a lot of you guys are concerned, all I've seen publicly from Hazard and Megxie is them actually supporting the Sussex Squad. and congratulating them. And when I say congratulating them, we've seen Hazza and Megxy through their charities acknowledge the Sussex Squad for the fundraising they've done for Hazza and Megxy charity, this, that and the other. It's all good and well turning round and saying there's an issue online with cyberbullying, this, that and the other. But first, they need to sort out the issue with the freaking Sussex Squad. And I'm saying that from personal experience because I have been bullied by the Sussex Squad. I've had threats. I've had death threats. They've tried to dox me. I had to call the police to let them know what was freaking going on. I had to upgrade my security at my home because it got quite scary and bad. Did it stop me from doing my videos and doing my live streams? Frick no! I fought back. They wanted to bully. They wanted to dox me to try and get me to be silent. Well, this gob's too big to be silenced. Get bent. So what did I do? For a lot of you OGers out there, you'll know what I did, but all you new auto nerds out there, day after day, I did a story on the Sussex Squad, exposing them for the bullies and the stalkers that they are. And then every single weekend, I did a live stream exposing all the nasty messages and the DMs I got from them. And they were nasty. And a lot of them were death threats and threats to harm me. So for Hazza and Megxy to turn around and be like, yeah, we're fighting against bullying and stalkers and the cyberbullying and the doxing online, this, that and the other. We want to make sure that we can eradicate it so that no child feels that they have to be in a position to unalive themselves ever again. Before they even say that, they need to go to the Sussex Squad and sort those bullies out first and those stalkers out first. Because for these jokers to turn round and say this and not actually deal with the Sussex Squad that are bullying, that are stalking, that are doxing in their freaking name. They're all doing it for Hazza and Megxy. For them not to do that, it's hypocritical BS. And it's a slap in everyone's face for them to turn around and say, yeah, we're against bullying and stalking and doxing. Apart from when the Sussex Squad does it for us. To defend us or whatever, right? The Sussex Squad can suck a D. Hazza and Megxy can freaking suck a D when it comes to this issue. Until they publicly denounce the Sussex Squad for their bullying and stalking and doxing online. Anything they say about bullying, stalking and doxing online means shiz to me. Means shiz. They are hypocritical. Anywho, went off a little bit of a rant there. Have fun with that. But this is the thing, right? It's not just me that's pointing out the hypocrisy of the gruesome twosome, right? A lot of you guys have been doing it. So let me show you a couple of examples here. Royally Sage at Sage1411. Make sure you're following Royally Sage on Twitter because as far as I'm concerned, they share the best blind items. And Royally Sage says, until Archwell and Harkles call out the Sussex Squad, this is just more empty and shallow PR nonsense. I mean, never mind what the Sussex Squad have tried to do to me and many of my other friends in the Megxit community, right? But look at everything that they've done to freaking Princess Catherine and Prince William and the royal family as a whole. This was a tweet from last year. You know the whole hashtag where's Kate BS nonsense? Absolutely insane. Well, the Sussex Squad and Lucy Boozy, jumped on that all day freaking long. And they were sharing these disgusting freaking tweets. Megxie and Haz are all about, yeah, we're against bullying, this, that, and the other. Well, where are they against this? Where are they? The silence is freaking deafening. They need to call out the Sussex Squad. If they want to go on this crusade against online bullying and stalking and doxing, then they need to publicly stand against the Sussex Squad. The scarier question out of all of this is why they haven't done that. Why haven't they done that? Why haven't they turned around and be like, do you know what? We know that we've got a portion of our fan base that is extreme and that are doing the things that we are against. We denounce them. They're not doing it in our name. We don't want any part of that. Why aren't they saying that? If they're so against online bullying, stalking and doxing, why aren't they saying that against the portion of their fan club that is doing the exact thing that they say they're against? What the frick? Let's get on to Tribes Britannia sharing another freaking glorious tweet from the Sussex Squad. If Azza and Megxie are so against bullying, why have they not publicly announced this? Kate Middleton made Meghan cry. Count your effing days, you white... What? What the frick? Megxie made Princess Catherine cry. It wasn't the other way around. But the Sussex Squad, and Megxie as far as I'm concerned, love to try and rewrite history and reality. Get bent the freaking lot of you, Sussex Squad. You evil piece of shizzes. And I actually think Megxie and Haz are evil as well. They're evil because, again, they say publicly we're against online bullying, stalking and doxing. But they're evil as far as I'm concerned because they're not publicly denouncing the portion of their freaking fan club that are doing the exact thing that they say they're against. The evil, hypocrite piece of shizzes that they are. Before we continue, Kizzy Arsenu, thank you so much for the $1.49 sugar bucks and the lovely little rainbow. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. But you know what? Before we get on to the next exhibit of the things that you've missed whilst Megxie was at the Time 100 Summit situation, let me get on to the British Prince at freedom_007__. Prince Hazza is the biggest gaslighting troll. And do you know what? Prince Hazza and Megxie are the biggest gaslighting, hypocritical, evil trolls for doing this. Their lies, misinformation, false narrative PR has created the worst trolls on the internet and social media called the Sussex Squad. He spent 5 years being a bully troll and he's too entitled to recognise it. The Sussex Squad have sent death threats to his family, including children, George, Charlotte, Louise. They've sent death threats to me. They've sent threats of harm to me. And many other Megxiteers in this YouTube space. But yeah, let's forget that the Sussex Squad exist, right, Hazza and Megxie? Let's forget that they do any of that. No. You want to call out of the bullying and the cyberbullying and the stalking and all that lot that's going on social media? Fine, call it out. But at the same time, you got to call out the Sussex Squad. Otherwise, your whole campaign against it is BS. It means nothing. It's all talk and no freaking substance. King Bob's Queen, thank you so much for being a continued leader for the last 17 months, saying she's happy because she's in denial. It's not just a river in Egypt. Yeah. But to me, are they in denial when it comes to the Sussex Squad? Could they be that freaking stupid, right? They don't know that the Sussex Squad bully, stalk, harass and dox online. They can't be that thick. They must, as far as I'm concerned, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, they must freaking know what the Sussex Squad do. We know that Hazza and Megxie know the existence of the Sussex Squad. So how far does this rabbit hole go? To me, right, it is impossible for them not to know that they also bully, stalk and dox online. I know, because I had it myself from them. Which, by the way, Sussex Squads, if you're watching, hi morons, how you doing? The frick? So yeah, before we get on to the next exhibit, yeah, she's all about, and has us all about fighting online bullying, stalking and doxing. But it means nothing until they actually address the online bullying, stalking and doxing that's happening in their name, in their own back freaking garden, due to their precious Sussex Squad. Until then, they can freaking get bent on their crusade against it all. Kizzy Arsenu, thank you so much for $2 sugar bucks, saying thank you for your donation. Thank you. Appreciate it, honey. Thank you so, so much. So let's get on to, calm down a little bit. Get off me high horse. Got a bit ranty there, didn't I? You guys like it when I rant, so, you know, there you go. Let's get on to the next exhibit, which is Megxy admits that Netflix actually gave her the idea for a show. So, you know how we've turned around and we say that Megxy does not have an original bone in her body, that she never has an original thought, that it's all copied from somewhere else, this, that and the other. She actually freely admits that her idea for her show with Love Meghan actually didn't come from her, that it actually was spoon-fed from Netflix. Watch this.
I think always credit where credit's due.
Credit where's credit's due. After stealing her brand name As Ever, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, from the real As Ever NYC, the clothing company, after, allegedly, stealing the As Ever logo from the Spanish town, as well as stealing, allegedly, the idea for Animation Pearl. Credit where credit's due. Megxy doesn't even know the meaning of the word to give credit. Come on.
You know, I know Ted Sarandos will be here later on today, and Ted has been such an incredible partner in the partnership my husband and I have had with Netflix for the past few years. And then Bella Bajaria as well has just been so incredibly supportive. And I think just naturally, I was doing what I've always loved to do. And people couldn't see that more broadly, but what I'd love to do was always make things in my kitchen, do small flower arrangements, pick a lot of jam. And when I was sending those as gifts, one day Bella said, "There's a show here." And I hadn't at the onset thought.
So she wants us to believe, right, that she's always been this homely housewife kind of situation, making her own jam, the flowers, the edibles, all that lot, right? She wants us to believe that she's always been this way, and that Netflix and like the head content honcho and the head CEO of Netflix, right? She wants us to believe that they just walk on over to Montecito Royale and visit her like they've got better things to do, yeah? And be like, look at them and think, oh my goodness, do you know what? There's a show here. Get freaking bent. Really? Ted Sarandos, one of the busiest CEOs in the whole damn world, has time to go on over and visit Megxy at Montecito Royale. Get bent. Chief Content Officer, Baja, she's got time to head on over to Montecito Royale to talk to Megxy about ideas for a show. Get bent. No freaking way. No way. Before we go any further, Big SM, thank you so much for the £5 sugar bucks, saying those gift bags that her and Trevor handed out at the Jamaican wedding, those bags were just full of dried flower sprinkles, nothing illegal. I needed a good laugh. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Yeah, totally nothing illegal. Nothing illegal at all. It were just flower sprinkles. Even then she was obsessed with the flower sprinkles. Yeah, all right. Mic drop Lisa, thank you so much for the £10 sugar bucks, saying just because. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so, so much. My goodness. Yeah. So let's finish off the rest of this clip before we get on to the next exhibit.
Thought that was something that I wanted to share in that way. And creatively, we worked as partners to really find a way for it to land and for me to be able to share it and just have fun, which is really, I think, the goal in this chapter, for me certainly. And then you just watch the extensions of that, where Netflix coming on as my business partner for the brand, as ever, is really an extension of the evolution of our partnership together.
The evolution of a partnership is only going to go one way, down the freaking drain hole. Netflix are already looking at ways to try and get out of this thing. By end of this year, I'm expecting Netflix to drop her and Azza like their hot shiz when their contract comes for renewal. Everything is pointing in that direction. What do you guys think? With that being said, Flapper27, thank you so much for that very highly generous $50 sugar bucks. Hearts in the chat for Flapper27 because that's insanely generous. Thank you so, so much. Saying Stef's 100% right. The Harkles need to deal with the Sussex Squad. Exactly. They need to deal with Sussex Squad. There's no point turning around and saying you're against online bullying, stalking, doxing, this, that, and the other, when your own freaking fans in your own back garden doing the exact thing that you report to be against in your freaking name. Make that make sense. Not once have I personally seen Megzy and Azza publicly denounce the Sussex Squad for doing what they are campaigning against. Not once. We know Megzy and Azza know the existence of the Sussex Squad. You're telling me they don't know that the Sussex Squad, cyberbully, stalk, dox, and all that malarkey? Get freaking bent. Of course they do, as far as I'm concerned. How can they not? How can they not? But Flapper27, thank you so much for that extremely kind sugar bucks. My goodness, you've definitely ruined a shiz ton of Sugar's days by sending a shiz ton of sugar bucks my ways. My goodness, definitely hearts in the chat for Flapper27 right now. That's very, very kind of you. We're going around full circle before we get to the next exhibit of what you missed during Megsy's Time 100 Summit appearance. Megzy finally admitting that her show wasn't even her idea, that it was Netflix's idea. But she wants us to believe that the CEO and the Chief Content Creator Officer just happened to be in the area and stop by her house and be like, oh, look at what you're doing. This is a show. Bullshit. They ain't got the time to go over to Montecito Royale. They've got better things to do. What the frick? It's insane. That is an insane lie as far as I'm concerned. Now, this, courtesy of my mate Sue Smith here on Twitter, oh my goodness. When I saw this whilst I was in Italy, right, I burst out laughing, right? I nearly laughed my freaking tits off on this one. Because this, right, is the most embarrassing moment for Megzy. Watch this. You see that bit there? Where she's going like this as they're walking out? So, we've got right here Megzy and the interviewer walking out onto the stage. There's no one right now that's clapping. So, what are they doing instead? The interviewer's going like this, trying to force people to clap for Megzy. Be like, come on, we're on stage, clap your asses off. It's Megzy. You should all be clapping. You should all be bowing down. You should all be happy. Look at Megzy. Just her being here is injecting joy in your life right now. Let's clap for Megzy. Before we continue, Kizzy Arsenault, thank you so much for the $2 sugar bucks. Really appreciate your face, honey. And MPNG Creed Menace, thank you so, so much for your continued support for the leadership for the last 33 months. Saying, if only Megzy got on the Blue Origin space flight and got left behind in space for mankind, LOL. Do you know what? Megzy didn't go on the Blue Origin space flight because no one wants to be with her at all, right? Remember earlier on where I showed you that segment where Megzy was trying to explain why there were no celebrities pretty much on her show whatsoever? She tried to kind of palm it off as, well, it was always the plan that we weren't going to have really anyone on the show because, you know, there's this 100-person crew. So it was more of me interacting with the crew rather than anyone else. Well, if that's the case, why have anyone on at all? I mean, come the frick on, right? No one wants to be with her. Not even this Blue Origin space flight all-female crew. Not even them lot wanted her on. That's saying something. But yeah, guys, the most embarrassing moment of the whole Time 100 Summit that you guys may have missed was, for me, this. The interviewer, the host, trying to go like this, trying to force people to clap for Megxy. Clap for Megxy? Will that do? I tell you something though. You guys get this? Extra nerd points to you, all right? I'm like, okay, is she trying to force people to clap for Megxy? Or is she trying to tell us something about Megxy? Joke. Let me be very real on that. But I just couldn't get that joke out of my head. So there we go. It's on the internet forever. Have fun with that. But do you know what? Even though that was an embarrassing moment, let's say for Megxy, where the host, as far as I'm concerned, is trying to force people to clap for her, Hazza was humiliated in front of everyone by Megxy. And so here, thanks to Foster at Foster__Braxton, they say the following. Mark Dolan says Meghan Markle publicly humiliated Prince Harry in New York last night intentionally. She made the man, who shares the same DNA as Queen Elizabeth with a pedigree a mile-long walk behind her as she greeted her adoring fans, small group of course. He reached out for her twice and she brushed him off as though he were her assistant. He stood there ignored, ghosted and embarrassed. Everyone in the UK should be insulted by her behaviour. We already are. And we're also insulted by Prince Harry's behaviour as well. So let's be real on that, right? She either love bombs him or turns on him and he never knows which Meghan he's getting. If she keeps treating him like this, he needs to get out. Do you agree? Oh yeah, he definitely needs to get out. But I've always said Megxy will push the divorce button first as far as I'm concerned, not Hazza. He doesn't have the balls to do it as far as I'm concerned. But here, we've got the New York Post reporting on this. Watch Meghan Markle awkwardly leave spare Prince Harry hanging in the New York City crowd. And so here is the awkward moment in question where Megxy humiliates Prince Harry in front of freaking everyone, you guys. And so here they arrive at the Lincoln Center in New York City. They step out of the car and she goes straight towards the person in front of her to hug her, leaving Hazza behind. Harry instead then stood alone and adjusted his outfit while watching Megxy embrace her pal. And here is the clip right here, thanks to Princess Carparkle at Unremarkable. Here we go.
Meghan, can you stop for her? Can I get a stop for Meghan? Meghan, can you stop for her?
And then she just walks in front, leaving Hazza behind. How freaking embarrassing. He's the blood-born royal. He's the one that technically has got a higher status than freaking Megxy. And look how she treats him. He just stands there. He has no idea what to do. Because Megxy completely humiliates him in front of everyone, leaving him behind, not giving him a moment's notice. Because it's all about her, right, guys? All about her. Has to be all about her. Absolutely freaking insane. But you know what? Ultimately, the tables have turned. Because Megxy got the biggest humiliation ever by not being invited to walk the red carpet and be invited for the Time 100 gala. You had Demi Moore. You had Blake Lively. You had her pal, Auntie Serena Williams. No Megxy, though. Why? She went to the Time 100 Summit. She was interviewed there. Why wasn't she on the red carpet for the gala as well? Why wasn't she invited for that? Why didn't she go? What the frick is going on? So, yeah, Megxy humiliated Prince Harry in front of everyone by doing what she did in this clip here. But ultimately, Megxy got the biggest humiliation by not being invited for the Time 100 gala and be seen on the red carpet for the Time 100 gala. So, yeah, guys, that is everything that you have missed with Megxy's Time 100 summer appearance, the lies, Hazard's humiliation, the obsession, the hypocrisy, and so much more. I've just gone through it all with you guys. With that being said, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I am not done with you yet. But if you're watching live on the replay and you haven't done so already, if you want more reports on the misadventures of the gruesome twosome, and of course you do, then please make sure on your way out you subscribe to join our alternate tribe, like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. What else happened at the Time 100 Summit that I didn't report in today's segment for the Daily Nerd Live? Let me know in the comments down below. With that being said, hey up live streamers, how you all doing? Thank you so much for tuning in live. I appreciate all your faces. Guys, we are so close to 130,000 alternates in the community. And guys, when we get there, we're going to do a little bit of a celebration. We are going to have a party live stream. So, guys, get your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister, your aunties, your uncles, your dog, your cat, your alpaca, your lion, your giraffe. Get the whole freaking zoo to subscribe right now on this channel to join the alternate tribe so we can hit 130,000 alternates in the community and we can have a little bit of a celebration. So, yeah, I'm planning that at the moment. It'll be so much fun when we get there. I'm so excited. Thank you so much to everyone that's helped get this community get this far already. You guys are amazing. This week we celebrated our 4th birthday. Yes, it was 4 years ago now that Stef the Alternate channel was created. So thank you to everyone that's jumped on this crazy ride. I appreciate you all. Stephen Magnus, big SM in the chat, gifting a whopping 5 leaderships. Some of you lucky lots out there. So everyone say, hey, up to our newest leaders, courtesy of the big SM, Stephen Magnus. Who's going to respond and kick off today's gifting wars? We're just another 5 more away from double figures and reaching 10 new leaders for today's stream. So who's going to jump in, start today's gifting wars and help us get closer to double figures? Guys, we may soon find out. And on that topic, leader only stream for April, as I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, will be happening around about the beginning of May when I come back from my holiday. So all you leaders, I've not forgotten you for the April only leader stream. That'll be happening as soon as I get back from holiday. With that being said, guys, oh my goodness, thank you so much to everyone that contributed to today's super chat goal. We got to 10. Yes, you guys have unlocked the bonus Hazard and Megxy story for today's live stream. So let's jump into it right now. Did Meghan Markle cheat on Prince Harry with her current photographer? I'm asking a question. I'm going to give you the information. You guys can decide for yourselves. So let's jump into it right now. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef the Alternate, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because I'm just asking a question, not a statement of fact, but did Megxy cheat on Prince Harry with her current photographer? I'm going to give you guys the information and you guys can decide, but whilst I was out of the country dealing with some, want of a better phrase, family drama, this picture was being shared all over social media, and I was there thinking, what the deuce is going on here? And so this is from my good friend Jesus over at the Royal Rogue, and he's like, that's some cute body language between Megsy and Hazza. Oh, wait, it ain't Harry. No, it's not. There is not a sniff of ginger on this dude at all. This is definitely not Hazza, but Megsy definitely seems a little bit too cozy with this dude, right? And I'm there thinking, yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, dude, are you snacking on a different sausage, love? Are you snacking on a variety of sausages, love? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I got a better question. Is Megsy sprinkling her flowers on a different sausage other than Hazza's? But seriously, like, look at this picture. This looks too cozy, all right? Jesus pointed it out. A lot of you guys pointed it out. Here we've got Fee at Fee Button saying, see the difference here. Left the early days of dating H. There's only one happy person in that photo. She looks bored and appears to be barely tolerating him being so animated. Compared to the rest of the images where she's fully engaged and happy like night and day. When will he realise he's been duped big time, or maybe he has already? And so here, you see this picture of the early days of Hazza and Megsy. Hazza leaning in, being like, yay, Megsy, and being all animated and stuff. Megsy just kind of like leaning away a little bit from him and being a little bit more subdued. Definitely a difference between that and this, where she's leaning in, she's got both her hands on him, her whole body's leaning in towards him. It does seem extremely suggestive, don't you think, guys? Like, seriously extremely suggestive. And so you look at this, you then look at this picture with her and Marcus Anderson, which, by the way, guys, I am keeping an eye on what the hell's going on at Soho House at the moment. It does seem, even though there's not that much information out there at the moment, that there's some shady shiz at Soho House that's about to be exposed. And Megsy needs to be far away from it as possible. Seems that might be a little bit impossible for her to do, though, if you get my meaning. So we'll see what happens there if anything unfolds. But in the meantime, you see this picture here? Again, she's leaning into him. Her whole body. There's a lot of contact, physical contact. A marked difference, a major difference between that and her photo with Prince Hazza in the early days. And then look at this one here. I don't know who this dude is. I'm sure you guys do. Let me know in the chat. But again, eye contact, big, massive smile. She's coming in. Again, a lot of body contact here. Extremely, extremely different from this. So you look at that, and then you look at this. Harry, Meghan Spare at V Queenie. Is that a hickey? Again, I'm just asking the question, not a statement of fact. But is that a hickey or just a random shadow that's just been noticed there? Who knows? Who knows, right? But the rumours are out there. Now, who is this dude? Who is this dude first and foremost? Before we get to that, my goodness. Mr. G. Wow. Thank you so, so much for that amazing and extremely generous $100 Sugar Bucks donation. I'm floored right now. Thank you so, so much for your kindness and your extreme generosity with that. Guys, hearts in the chat for Mr. G right now, because Mr. G just brought it. I'm just floored and shocked. Thank you so, so much. A viewer from Vancouver, Washington, USA. Oh, hey up. I admire your wit, candor, intelligence, and humor. I wish I should have had a daughter like you. Aww. Well, that's extremely kind of you to say. My goodness. Thank you so much for your kind words, but also your extreme generosity. My goodness, mate. Thank you so much. Wow. Guys, hearts in the chat for Mr. G right now because wow, I'm floored with your generosity, mate. Thank you so much. But yeah, let's get on with the rest of this topic. Did Megxie cheat on Prince Harry with her current photographer? Because yeah, the next question is, who is this dude in the first place that's sparking all these cheating rumors? Well, his name is Jake Rosenberg. Here is his Instagram right here. He's a director and photographer. He's got his website right here. And when you go on the website, and I'll just click on it right now, okay, this is his website right here. If you click up here at the top, there's celebrity and portraits, and right at the top, guys, Megxie. Someone's got a fixation on Megxie, that's for certain, as far as I'm concerned. And so here, the person who takes photos of her looking like this, right, who is this dude? As RF Observer is saying, the dude is the person who takes photos of her looking like this. Yeah. This is just fanning the flames even more with the rumours. Did Megxie cheat on Prince Harry with her current photographer? This is insane. Now here, this is an Instagram post and he says, happy birthday to the beautiful Meghan Markle, talking about being comfortable in her birthday suit today. Why would he even mention Megxie and a birthday suit? Now, for those that don't know, I don't know in America whether you use the same term, but in the UK, if someone says that they're wearing their birthday suit, it means that they are naked. Butt, balls, naked. Why is a photographer referencing Megxie's nakedness? I'm just asking a question for a friend, really, at this point. Why? Why, oh, freaking why? Why? Why has this photographer got any business referencing Megxie and her nakedness? I don't know. Do you? Now, this has done nothing to stop the rumours, okay? Because here, rumours are flying around about how close Jake Rosenberg is to Megaphone. Now, this is from Maddie Keeping Tuned at Maddie Force Now. Maddie Keeping Tuned does seem to have her ear to the ground when it comes to certain rumours and what's been going on, right? Now, this is the thing. It's not just, Maddie Force Now, saying, these rumours are there. These rumours exist. Is Megxie cheating on Prince Harry with a current photographer, this, that and the other? But the photographer himself has actually spoken out about his relationship with Megxie, saying that they have had a wild journey together and insists that Megxie isn't afraid of getting her hands dirty. Like, I'm sorry, but even just the choice of words when there's this rumour going around that allegedly something's going on between Megxie and this photographer, it doesn't look good. It really doesn't. It's not doing anything right now to dampen down these rumours if Megxie cheated on Harry with a current photographer or not. It really isn't. But here, he told People magazine that when he's with Megxie, it feels like it's two friends hanging out. Is he hanging out more than just himself? Is he hanging out a particular portion of himself to Megxie? I mean, again, I'm just asking for a friend here, guys. You let me know in the comments what you guys think to all this nonsense. But wow, he says, in a conversation with the outlet, he explained that when working with Meghan, it feels like a straightforward process, saying it's just a really nice moment for us to have together to capture authentic, genuine moments. Well, let's put it this way. This moment definitely feels authentic and genuine enough to the point where a lot of us are looking at this thinking, hang on a minute, is this a hickey? Why is she so close to him? The body language screams, as far as all of us are concerned, that there's something going on, allegedly. Yeah, this definitely feels like an authentic moment to me. What do you guys think? He says that she's not afraid of getting her hands dirty to produce the images. Where are her hands at this point that result in her hands getting dirty? Oh, the jokes just write themselves at this point. They really do. He says she's not afraid to get her hands dirty. Okay, where are her hands while she's being photographed by this dude that results in her hands getting dirty? Is there some kind of substance on her hands once she's done? Again, I'm just asking for a friend, guys. Is it a little bit icky and white? I'm sorry. I'm really going too far now with my humour. I should step back a little bit. He says that Megsy's latest business venture feels like Megsy's getting back to her roots, and it feels like the good old days. Yeah, the good old days where, yeah, she allegedly would climb the ladder any which way possible, including maybe climbing on top of people. Who knows? Who knows? The photographer revealed his closeness with Megsy once again last week after posting a selfie of them together with a caption, "Always a beautiful day shooting with Megsy as ever official." Yeah, always a beautiful day. When you're sharing this picture that then completely creates the rumour, essentially, that she allegedly is having an affair with Prince Hazza with this photographer. Because when you look at pictures of Hazza and Megsy together, she's not like this. As I showed you earlier on, she's leaning in with everyone else, with every other male, but with Hazza, she can't get away quick enough. What the deuce is going on? But yeah. That is essentially what the photographer Jake Rosenberg has had to say about his relationship with Megsy. He's trying to make out it's all platonic, it's professional, this, that, and the other. But you look at this photo right here, and is there a hickey? Does it show that they're a little bit too close than they should be? Should Hazza really, really, really be concerned about Megsy in a relationship with a photographer? Maybe actually it's a blessing for Hazza, because if Megsy is having an affair with this photographer, it's a way out for Hazza, don't you think? Just saying, an alternate universe, who knows, right? But ultimately, as I've given all the information to you, as I've got from the internet, everything that I can find, I'm asking for a friend. Did Megsy cheat on Prince Hazza with a current photographer? What do you guys think? With that being said, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you guys yet. But for those watching live on the replay, if you haven't done so already, please make sure you subscribe to join our alternate tribe. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever. Do you think looking at that photo, it shows that there may be evidence that Megsy has cheated on Prince Hazza with her current photographer? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Again, those watching on live, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you guys yet. But for those watching on the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters. Okay, and that was your bonus Hazza and Megsy story for today's live stream. Thank you so much to everyone that contributed towards today's super chat goal. I really appreciate all your faces. A couple of comments before we end today's stream. Sorry, one moment. Apologies, had a little bit of a croaky throat there. Catherine, thank you so much for the $5 sugar bucks, saying perhaps he's referencing a birthday suit because she doesn't know how to wear fashionable clothes. You know what? Innocently enough, that could be an explanation. That could definitely be an explanation. Lisa Boo says that is so sus. I agree. King Bob says, looks like she doesn't have anything on in that photo, at least nothing on above the waist. Ah, yeah, in the other photo. Let me have a look. It's got to be that one. Yeah. Yeah. It definitely looks intimate. That is for certain. Sarai says it makes it seem that he's revealing that they're having an affair. Maybe. Again, this is all opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. But maybe. Who knows, right? Big SM. Maybe Megs is looking at Jake's tripod. Yeah, maybe. Oh, guys, I definitely needed this laugh after the week that I've had. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Catherine Fleming says, well, the yacht girl, allegedly, seemingly likes to toss the salad. I've heard that rumour too. Project Metal Music, Head Mod is like, Steph, your mind is in the gutter. Yeah, it is. It is. But the jokes freaking write themselves whilst I'm giving you all that information. It's like, I've got like this kind of dark joke and this kind of dark joke. And I'm like, do you know what? Here's my humour. Have it. You laugh, you laugh. You don't, you don't. It's all good because I'm having a laugh, so yay. And oh my goodness, you guys are coming out with better jokes than me on this one. We've got Animalian01 saying photographers are known to flash a lot with their equipment in their hands. Well, like I said, he said earlier on in that article that Megsy likes to get her hands dirty. A, where are her hands? And B, what's making them dirty? I think these are legitimate questions, don't you? What equipment is Megsy handling for this photographer? Inquiring minds need to know. Oh my goodness. Big SM. Thanks so much for the $2 sugar bucks, saying her cheeks and forehead look damaged in the black and white photo. Either that or she's put on too much of that bronzer. It could easily be that, mate, in all honesty. David JG says, she climbs that man like a tree. Look at her hair and side collar. She into that bed in background best. I just read that she climbs that man like a tree. Yes. I can imagine she climbs that man like a tree. Yes. Tammy Joe, thank you so much for your continued support for the leadership for the last 10 months, saying, hey up Steph, been down for a couple of weeks after a hospital stay. I think she's been cheating on him for years. Yeah. A lot of us think that there's been some unfaithfulness going on both sides, actually, because there's been rumours that has cheated on Megsy. Let's keep the same energy here. Now, again, they're just rumours. It's all unsubstantiated, right? But rumours on both sides. For me, where there's smoke, there's usually fire, right? Usually fire. As Catherine Hartley says there, no smoke without fire. Yeah. Generally speaking, I would say that, yes. Now, let's see what else you guys are saying before we finish for today's live. If any of you guys have any last minute super chat stickers, or you want to kick off today's gifting wars, now's your time to do it. I'm not going to be live again until literally 2 weeks' time, because after today, I'm going to be out of the country on Sunday for a week for a much needed actual holiday and a total break. After everything that's happened the last couple of weeks with my family. And so the next time that I'm going to be live will literally be 2 weeks today. So if anyone has any last minute super chat stickers, leader only chats, or you want to kick off today's leader gift wars, then now is the time to do it, because next time you'll be able to do it will be in 2 weeks time. So just to give you guys a little bit of a heads up on that. So a couple more minutes and then we'll be done for today. Let's see. Craig Mawson says, Steph, why would anyone bother with her? My dogs are better looking than her. Do you know what? My non-existent dog is better looking than her. And I am looking now to get a Yorkshire Terrier. Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time. I used to have a Yorkshire Terrier when I was younger. He was such an absolute amazing darling. I even know the name I'm going to give my Yorkie, whether it's a male or female. I think I prefer female Yorkie. I'm going to dress her up and she's going to be like the best looking kitted out dog on the street. I'm telling you that right now. And I'm going to show her. She's going to be part of the channel as well. So I'll show you guys Yorkie and she'll make appearances from time to time. And so, yeah, I'm really, really excited of getting Yorkie. I just need to find, I suppose, the right breeder and the right person to buy off of, because of course you need to be careful when you are buying puppies that you're not buying them from puppy farms or from someone that's just proper dodgy as hell. So yeah, you just got to do your homework and be real on that. Stephen Magnus, big SM, thank you so much for jumping in and gifting one leadership to one of you lucky lots out there. So everyone say, hey, up to our newest leader, courtesy of Stephen Magnus. And guys, that only means one thing. Today's gifting wars for this stream have officially begun. So thank you so much for the big SM for kicking off today's gifting wars. We're already on a whopping 6 new leaders for today's stream. We're just 4 more away from double figures, from 10 new leaders for today's stream. So in the next couple of minutes, who else is able to come in, jump in today's gifting wars and be like, this ain't how you do a gifting war. This is how you do a gifting war, and help us get to 10 new leaders for today's stream. Guys, we may soon find out. We may soon find out. Let's see. Music Live says, miss you with Andy, Steph. Oh, Music Live. Thank you so much. Let me be extremely clear on this, okay? There's nothing wrong between Andy and I. Andy's still my big brother. I'm still his little sister. We speak on a very, very regular basis. In fact, he knows pretty much the ins and outs and all the details of what's been going on with my granddad and my family over the last week. He's been an absolute darling, you know, supporting me through it all in the background. And so even though I might not be on Popcorn Planet and Popcorn Palace on a regular basis anymore, don't you even dare think that there's anything bad between Andy and I, because there really isn't. We're as strong as ever. We're still family. We're still brother and sister. And that's that. And to be fair, I still do help in the background from time to time. I still help him, you know, as an associate producer on the Hazard and Megsy documentaries that he's been releasing and making over on his Patreon. I also, from time to time, when I see something that I think is interesting for Popcorn Planet, I'll send it his way. So everyone that's worried about it, calm your tits, okay? Andy and I are good. More than freaking good, all right? But from time to time, if I do have a bit of spare moment, I will jump on his channel. The issue is that when he goes live, it's pretty late for me, and I've pretty much finished my work for the day, and I just want to chill out in front of the TV, have some tea, and basically fall asleep whilst watching something on Netflix. So there you go, guys. There you go. But I will be back on his channel. We're all Gucci. Don't worry. We're all Gucci. Carol says, enjoy your holiday. I intend to. Oh, my goodness. I intend. I still. Do you know what? I've come back and my small luggage is pretty much already packed anyway, right? Including my portable studio. You know, I've got a mini laptop and the mic and everything. So if something really breaks in the Hazard and Megsy world whilst I'm on holiday, I will jump on it. I do have the capability to do that, so don't worry. But all that's already packed because of my time in Italy. So all I've got to do now is just my main luggage with my clothes for where I'm going. So yeah, I've still got that to do. Hopefully I can get that done tomorrow and jobs are good. I've got an idea of what to pack anyway, so it shouldn't be that bad. Craig says, Steph, thank you for another awesome live stream. Keep up your fantastic work. And I am glad your grandfather, I presume you were going to say he's well or he's better. I'm glad he's better too. That is for sure. Animalian01 says, please don't dress up your Yorkie, Steph. Why? Why? In a nice little cute little outfit? Like a nice little cute little like jacket? Or a nice little hat? Or a little scarf? Like, there's ways that it can be done, okay, that's quite chic. So, I'm dressing Yorkie up. Yorkie's going to be kitted out in the best, as far as I'm concerned. MPNG Cream. And to be fair, Yorkie's going to be like my baby. I don't want kids. I can't have kids anyway, to be fair, naturally. But I don't want kids anyway, so that's a blessing in disguise, right? But whenever I've had a dog, that's the equivalent of my own child, if that makes sense. So there we go. And when I had dogs in my previous relationship, I wanted to dress them up, but my partner was like, no, and stopped me from doing that. And so now there's no one to stop me. Screw it. When I get Yorkie, Yorkie's getting kitted out. But don't worry, again, it'll be Gucci. MPNG Creed Menace, thank you so much for gifting 5 leaderships to some of you lucky lots out there. So everyone say, hey, up to our newest leader, courtesy of MPNG Creed Menace. And my goodness, thanks to MPNG Creed Menace, because we are now in double figures on 11 new leaders for today's stream. So thank you so much to MPNG for helping us get there in today's gifting wars. Appreciate your face, mate. Thank you so much. Let's see. What else are you guys saying? Flapper27 says, you can put her inside a fancy bag. Yorkies are cute when dressed up. Well, yeah. I'm gonna like, how do I put this? Like, yeah, my Yorkie is gonna be dressed up. It is going to look cute. And yeah, when I'm out and about, of course, Yorkie's going to be on a lead. I mean, the majority of the time, Yorkie needs to be on the ground walking because it helps with their paws to ensure that if there's anything on them, the friction as they're walking kind of wipes it off, kind of thing, if that makes sense. But there may be a time where Yorkie's tired. And so, yeah, Yorkie can slip into a special bag, this, that, and the other. A little Yorkie-mobile, if you want to coin a phrase. So, yeah, I'm so excited to get Yorkie. I really, really am. So, yeah, with that being said, guys, that is it for today's live stream. I have gone a little bit longer than usual because, again, just to remind you guys, that is it for the next 2 weeks. On Sunday, I'm going to be out of the country for a week, and I'm not going to be able to do another live stream until 2 weeks from today, which is, wow, May the 9th. So Friday, May the 9th is when the Daily Nerd Lives will return once I am back from holiday. But don't worry, guys, because all of next week, you're still going to get your 3 Daily Nerd videos each and every day, giving you further updates on the misadventures of the gruesome twosome. I will have my laptop and everything with me whilst I'm on holiday. So if anything major breaks in the meantime, I will jump on it straight away. We are at the point now where we're just waiting any day now, for example, for the ruling in Prince Hazard's case where he appealed for the UK security. We were told that we were going to get a ruling after Easter. Well, it's after Easter now. So for me, it's like any moment now we could get that announcement as how the appeal actually went. Now, I'm expecting the appeal to turn around and tell them to bog off, let's say. But we don't know until we know. So With that being said, keep a lookout for any breaking news that may come your way next week. But thank you so much to everyone that's subscribed to this channel, that's liked this stream, that's commented in the live chat or in the comments down below if you're watching on the replay. Thank you so much as well to everyone that sent any sugar bucks my way, that's jumped into today's gifting wars or sent any leader only chats. I really do appreciate all your faces. So thank you so much with that. With that being said, wherever you are in the world, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the weekend, enjoy next week, and yeah, I'm going on holiday, guys. So when I get back, until the next time, you guys, laters, bye.